Greetings, my scattered brothers and sisters in the Lord. Trust you know the Lord is with you wherever you find yourself scattered today, and that you know that his presence with you is more than enough for whatever you might face today. We are still working with Paul's prayer for the church at Philippi. And this I pray, that your love would abound more and more in knowledge and depth of insight, so that you can discern what is best, you can approve what is excellent, and that you would be pure and blameless at the day of Christ Jesus, being filled with the fruit of righteousness that comes through Christ to the glory and praise of God. Last time we looked at that phrase, that your love would abound more and more in knowledge and depth of insight. And we thought about that in terms of loving smartly, that our love would be filled with a knowledge to where we make good decisions, wise decisions, as we exercise that love. And now today we are going to flip that around and think about it in terms of knowledge being filled with love. That this is my prayer, that love would abound more and more in knowledge and depth of insight, so that you can discern what's best, so that you can approve what is excellent. See, a lot of times we have knowledge that is void of love. And knowledge is basically power. I remember hearing Reuben Welch, the chaplain when I was in college, talk about this passage and how so often, especially on a college campus, you have lots of knowledge, but the question is that knowledge being filled with love? So that love is what motivates the use of that knowledge. I think about it in terms of personal relationships. I think about it in terms of business. Just so many ways where if we have knowledge, we know something about someone, we know how to do something that someone else doesn't know how to do. That knowledge becomes an opportunity for self-service, becomes an opportunity for exploitation. And Paul's prayer for the church at Philippi is that their knowledge would be filled with love, so that love is kind of governing and directing how they use that knowledge. For example, if I know about cars and how to fix cars, and I also know that you don't know anything about cars, and you bring your car to me for me to fix, well, I can exploit you. I can take advantage of you at that point because I have knowledge that you don't have. And so I could charge you way more for the parts than what the parts actually cost. I could charge you for a bunch of things that your car doesn't actually need, but I could tell you that your car needs these things. See, I would have the knowledge and you would be ignorant, and I can use that knowledge to exploit you, to take advantage of you, and for self-service. See, Paul is praying that our knowledge would be filled with love, that love would abound in our knowledge, so that instead of operating with an attitude of self-serving or an attitude of arrogance, exploiting you, that love would motivate me in terms of how my knowledge is used, so that I would give you a very fair deal rather than exploit you, and that I might actually see your point of need and give you a great deal in fixing your car, because I'm motivated by love, and my knowledge is there as a tool of love for helping you, for building you up. See, that's the prayer, that love would abound more and more in knowledge and depth of insight, so that we can discern what's best, so that we can approve what is excellent. And instead of just operating out of a self-centeredness, instead of using our knowledge of things or what we know about each other as a means of exploiting, of holding down, of taking advantage of, that we would actually build each other up. That knowledge would become a tool of love instead of simply a tool of self-centeredness, and that we would build one another up. So, wherever you find yourself scattered today, and that's my prayer for you as well as me, that love would so fill our knowledge that we would use our knowledge not for self-service, not to put somebody else down, but that we would actually use our knowledge to build each other up. That knowledge would be a tool of love. God bless. Have a great day, and may love fill your knowledge.